Hi, I am Nick Shell, a certified Enneagram coach. I'm going to be mentioning some things that I've ultimately learned from this book, The Honest Enneagram by Sarah Jane Case. You can purchase that quite easily by clicking a link right there. It takes you to Amazon. You can probably buy it cheaper than I paid for it. Also, you can become certified like I am if you want to. There's a link for that. And if you just want to take the free Enneagram test, maybe take about 10 minutes to get a better idea of which one you might be, there's a link there as well. Let's talk about this. Now, when I say that I'm an Enneagram coach, I should tell you this. A couple weeks ago, I had a whole Saturday to myself. My wife was taking the kids to Disney on Ice, and ultimately it was like with other moms, so I didn't really belong there. Enneagram Six thing to say that, right? I don't belong. But ultimately, what did I do on my day off, my Saturday? I posted on Facebook in my town, hey everybody, here's the coffee shop I'm gonna be at from, what did I say, 9:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. Anyone who wants to get a free Enneagram assessment, I will be happy to sit down with you and do that. And I am very happy that I had people there the entire time, from 9:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. 2:30 p.m. And there was a couple that was there, and the husband just happened to be 6. Now granted, I led him to that discovery. I helped him understand that. And I was able to say, hey, I'm also a 6, a man who's married and has kids and is a 6, and I know what it's like. And the wife was there with him, and she said, she made mention of, she said, yeah, he's always talking to strangers. Can you tell me why he always talks to strangers? I said, oh yes, I absolutely can. Because I'm that way in my own family. When I'm out anywhere with my wife and kids, they know I'm going to make conversations with strangers, whether they're in line or whether in passing. I'm gonna find a way to talk to strangers. Now, you may say, well, that's because you are a 6 wing 7, you've got a dominant 7 wing, that's why. I would actually say no. I mean, even though I've got a 7 wing, I've got a 5 wing also. I've also definitely got an introverted side, so it doesn't necessarily make sense why I want to talk to strangers. And actually, the man that I had assessed that day at the coffee shop, he actually was 6 wing 5. His 5 wing was stronger, yet he still talks to strangers, and his wife and kids are used to him doing that, and it's always been that way. So what is it about Enneagram 6s and talking to strangers? Here's the answer. It is because when you're an Enneagram 6, you ultimately have this complex that you don't exist to the world. You don't really matter. I've made a video about this before, talking about the 3 reasons why I don't do well in crowds. And it ultimately reflects my 5 wing, but I'll just give you the answer real quick. Why don't I do well in crowds? I don't feel safe physically. I feel like I need to be on the lookout for, the crazy guy with the gun to attack him and save everybody. Also, it reminds me of how insignificant I am in the course of the whole universe. When I'm just one face in the crowd, no one would miss me if I'm gone, and I know that. That's the reality of it. And then, so in addition to safety and insignificance, there's also a feeling of incompetence. I feel like if I'm surrounded by all these people, I don't want to be the idiot standing in this line for the stupid thing, whatever it is, with the crowd. I don't want to be part of that crowd. I want to feel like I'm making good use of my time. So that's what it's like for me while I don't do well in crowds. With all that being said, the man I was assessing totally, absolutely connected and felt that as well. But Enneagram 6s, we largely feel disconnected from society. Like almost like that scene on Inside Out where they try to take that shortcut and they go through and everything's like abstract. It's kind of like that, like copied and pasted and put in a different world, and you don't really belong, so you're trying to find ways to connect everyone. So ultimately, when you think of an Enneagram 6, when you Google that, you're gonna find it's someone who is looking for safety and security. Well, here's what that doesn't necessarily mean. Like, oh no, there's a storm coming. Oh no, there's a war. Ah, it's not necessarily that. I mean, I'd say an unhealthy 6 may be that way, worried all the time. And yes, 6s are worried all the time, but for me, it's more about the more connected I feel to society, the safer I feel. I have a better inner peace. So therefore, I'm gonna talk to strangers because you never know, you might make some new friends. And like I said before, I'm very much into my class reunions for high school because I always want to bring people from my past to my present. And I want to bring strangers also to my present. So I've got more people that I feel connected to, because the more people I feel connected to, the safer and secure more secure that I feel inside. That is the reason Enneagram Sixes love talking to strangers. Your comments belong right here.